Everything was fine, until I got invited to my cousin's engagement dinner. The cousin who owns 4 restaurants, and a Tesla, and a fiancé, and 2 of those small human babies. So I went, late, in sneakers, sat at the wrong table, drank a kid's juice box because I thought it was a cocktail. At some point, her mom, if I guessed right, leaned over and said,
"So what are you doing with your life?"
I panicked. I said,
"Freelancing."
She smiled like I said I had a terminal illness. Later, at the table, my aunt asked me, "So, what do you do these days?" I panicked again, said I was in tech, which is code for, I have Wi-Fi and delusions. She smiled, then said, "My cleaner is also in tech. She books appointments on WhatsApp." That's when I realized something. I wasn't trying to disappoint anyone. I was just naturally gifted. That night, I had an existential crisis. Not the cool French kind, the kind where you Google, "Am I failing or just early?" I decided I would prove them wrong. I would become something, anything, fast. So I made a list of goals. Make money, get shredded,
Wow.
make my dad stop introducing me as "this is my son, he's very artistic." I tried freelancing, posted on Fiverr, "I will design minimalist logos for $5. First client said, "Can you make it pop more?" Second client said, "Can you make it less pop?"
No way.
Third client was my mom. She gave me 1 star. I need to sleep more. I tried dropshipping, sold reusable Q-tips. No one bought, except one person in Sweden. They returned it, said, "It made me feel weird." Life is weird, bro. We are living on a giant rock. Anyways, then I tried content creation, posted 3 TikToks, got 4 views. One was my own dog. He looked disappointed, probably wondering why I wasn't walking him. Then I realized something. Being a disappointment, it's not a choice. It's a vibe. I wasn't failing because I was lazy. I was failing efficiently. Minimal effort, maximum confusion, like a ghost haunting group projects. I wasn't losing. I was misunderstood by boomers, by LinkedIn influencers, by my grandma who still asks if I'm playing with my cartoons. So I stopped trying to win and I started playing a different game. It's called Survive Modern Life Without Deleting Everything. I even made a spreadsheet called Achievements That Technically Exist. Didn't say LOL out loud during a real conversation. Charged my phone before it hit 1%. Left someone on red for my mental health. These weren't wins. They were micro resistances against the collapse of my personality. My form of cardio was pacing while overthinking. My gym was the kitchen at 3 a.m. My therapy was replying, "Haha, yeah," to things I deeply disagreed with. I invented micro goals like brush teeth and feel something, send CV, even if it's to a fake job, make a to-do list, then reward myself for thinking about it. I even wrote a newsletter called Failure Diaries. Sent it to 3 people, 1 unsubscribed, the other 2 were my own emails. My dad peeked over my shoulder once and asked, "Is this satire?" I said, "Honestly, I'm not sure anymore." And somehow, things got quieter, better, in a weird way. I stopped trying to impress my family, started confusing them instead, which was more fun, less pressure, more performance art. At gatherings, I'd say things like, "I'm working on a long-term plan." And if they asked what it was, I'd just stare off into the distance like I'd seen the future. Suddenly, I was the mysterious one, the philosophical one, the one who might be failing on purpose. I didn't become successful, but I did become fluent in pretending like I knew what I was doing. Which, let's be honest, is 80% of adulthood. I still don't have a title, or a salary, or a LinkedIn that makes sense, but I have peace and slightly better skincare and a sense of humor that could survive a family reunion. So, maybe I'm a disappointment, but I'm a self-aware disappointment, which means I've basically evolved. My grandma still asks if I'm winning at life. I tell her, no, but I'm definitely not losing as hard as before. I scroll past my cousin's vacation photos, his wife, his children, his matching towels. He looks like he has it all. But honestly, no one smiles that hard without a little internal screaming. I sip my cold coffee, look around at my slightly broken lamp, my uneven socks, my chaotic peace, and I whisper to myself,
I'm good with what I have, even if it's weird, even if it's quiet. In this chapter of my life, I'm not winning.
but I'm finally at peace. Cheers. Thanks for watching this disaster. Shout out to everyone leaving kind comments. Your positive energy almost made me believe I'm doing something right. If you want to see my older videos, they still exist because, hey, evolution is real, I'm just proof it happens. Slowly, I'm trying to tell better stories with slightly less chaos and slightly more quality, so you can enjoy, laugh, or at least feel better about your own life choices.